and welcome back to Sports the NEMO Way, the New England Patriots episode. And we will be talking about the New England Patriots 7-on-7 team. And all five of us are here this week. No guests again, just the five of us, lamos. And that's all I got to say. So let's get started. Drew, who's your Patriots quarterback?
Well, let's go ahead and talk about old Thomas. Old T-Tom.
Yeah,
Tom Brady's my quarterback.
I got Brady as well.
I do too.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
Oh, man.
Just
I do.
Oh, okay. I was like, here we go.
And I was like, man, I ought to put Bledsoe just be a fucking asshole.
I thought about it.
I'll tell you this. Biggie would.
Yeah. I probably should have.
Biggie always says that Bledsoe would be the greatest quarterback of all time if Brady didn't steal his job.
Yeah. Well, he took her jibs.
Let's talk about old Tom real quick. 15-time Pro Bowler, 6-time All-Pro. He has 6 Super Bowls, 3 MVPs. He's on the all 2000s, 2010 teams. One comeback as a player, 2 Offensive Players of the Year. Cheated twice.
There you go, Drew. Love the energy.
Yeah.
You got to throw it in there nonchalantly. He has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
No, throw it in there like a wrecking ball
6,
on a brick
7.
wall.
He's like 8 or 9 all-time NFL records. I mean, we know who Tom Brady is.
Yeah.
Most of the time, if you've listened to our past football episodes, you know how we all feel about the Patriots and old Tom. I'm not going to get Wade going or Ray going on any of these shenanigans. We don't need that.
Yeah,
We'll be here a while.
By the way,
Yeah.
I didn't realize this. I didn't realize he has the most games started in NFL history.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't surprise
He
me.
played till he was like 45.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, this is one of the longest scrolls I've ever had to do on Pro Football Reference.
Yeah, I know it's hard to fit on a page even on my computer. But like we have kickers that like played like 25, 26 years.
That's true.
Do they not get starts?
I don't know how.
Oh, I don't know
works.
how that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure. Maybe they
Maybe they-
separate the kickers from everybody else. I don't know.
or maybe some of these, once they get old, they may not do kickoffs. And if their team gets shut out, they don't have to go in and kick a field goal. So technically, if you don't play, you can't start. Maybe I don't know if that would
Yeah.
get rid of some of it.
Oh,
I
yeah, that
guess
does.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good theory.
I don't know. That might be just be
Yeah. I don't
that's
know.
a theory because like sometimes
Because I would have thought it would have been like Morton Anderson that played forever.
Vinatieri
George
played.
Blanda.
Vinatieri played forever. Yeah.
I mean,
George
Blanda
Blanda.
for the Raiders he played into his 40s.
But also,
Backup quarterback.
Tom got 2 more games, and you got to think about all the playoff games he played.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Do they count that?
I mean, if you're just doing total games played, it would
Or is
probably
it-
factor in, wouldn't
Or
it?
is it just regular season games? Is that the?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know because
Yeah.
if you had postseason, he's getting an extra 2 or 3.
I mean,
every
yeah. I
year.
mean, they made what 10 Super Bowls, 9.
Yeah, so that's at least 3 if they were the wild card 4 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, he was playing in the era where we had 16-game seasons.
Yeah.
So
Some of these other guys were playing in 14. Some of those old guys you named before.
Yeah.
I mean, now you get 17. So
He played 2 years with 17 games.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he really only missed time the 1 year.
Two. His rookie year, and then his ACL year.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we've talked enough about Tom.
Yeah, that's good.
He's QB.
Yeah. All right.
Go
Well,
Bledsoe.
Wade, do you have a non-quarterback for us?
Oh yeah. I got old Gronky Poo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me too.
Yes. Gronky's on here.
Well, I mean, he's Gronk is to tight ends what Shaq is to centers. They're just the most physically dominant of all time at their position. Gronk was just a monster. That's just all there is to it. Gronk was either bigger and stronger than you, which that was pretty much usually the case. And he was sneakily more athletic than he probably gets credit for.
Oh, he could.
I mean,
he was much quicker and more athletic.
Yeah.
He wasn't just this big bruiser tight end. He can move.
He could. He could move, especially when he first came in the league. A lot of injuries slowed him down later on. But
That was like Brady's favorite thing to do with him was send him up the seam.
Yeah.
They don't send big lumbering guys up the seam.
With his big old arm brace
Yeah.
that he just.
I mean, he was one of the hardest people in the league to tackle. There was almost no defensive back that could go up and get a ball higher than him. He was 6'6".
6'6", 265 was that
Yeah.
was today.
Yeah.
Almost no defensive back could tackle him alone unless you were just got lucky. And he was one of the best red zone targets because of his size and hands and athleticism. And he was just He was just a monster. That's all there is to it.
Did you guys hear his story the other day on Fox
Oh,
during the broadcast?
kinda. And then once they cut him off, I flipped the video.
I do
Oh.
like Gronk. I don't like the Patriots, but I do like.
I like
I like
Gronk. I do like Gronk. Well, I guess they're towards the end of like their thing. They were going to trade him to the Lions.
Yeah.
Well, he told them I retired, but he didn't really retire for like 2 days until he's like, I'm not getting traded to the Lions. He said, that's how I stayed on the Patriots, and then I came back and went to the Buccaneers. He's like, I wasn't going to the Lions.
Yeah.
By the way, we're talking about a tight end here who, for his career, not for one season, for his career, averaged 15 yards of reception.
Yeah, that's pretty good for a tight end.
I mean,
Yeah.
for a long time, the Patriots' offense was dink and dunk to your Edelman, Amendola, Wes Welkers, and then hit you with a huge play downfield with Gronk. And before Gronk, it was Moss. Like that's what they perfected. That's what they did. And Gronk was this over the middle machine in an era where you couldn't hit people over the middle, so he was just unstoppable.
Now we're talking about how athletic he is and all the balls he caught and running up the seams. The other thing is he was like the best blocking tight end in the league for
Yeah.
years.
He was really good.
Yeah, he's just a great tight end.
Yeah.
Well, we said he was the greatest.
Did we put him at number one? Yeah.
I had Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I don't think I put Gronk at 1.
I think I put Gronk at 1.
We did rank the tight ends, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think a
Well,
couple
we
of
had
us
to come to a consensus.
Well, I mean,
We didn't have to come
it
to a
had to
consensus.
be
We just
Gronk
had the
as a
same
We just had the
consensus.
same 5. We didn't have to
Yeah,
say
it's had
who's
the same
number 1.
5.
I just knew a
Oh,
couple
did
of
we?
us. A
Okay.
couple of us did say Gronk. We thought.
But I
was-
mean, it wasn't my list, so
Oh, thanks, Barry.
yeah.
oh no.
All right. Well, Uncle Doug, do you have another skill player for us?
I do. Wes Welker.
Yeah.
I sweat Wes Welker.
Yes.
He was the fucking man there for a while.
Yeah, he was. Wes played from 2004 to 2015. Only 6 of those years was he in New England. But in those 6 years, he had 112 catches, 111 catches, 123 catches, 86 catches, 122 catches, and 118. He led the league 3 times in those 6 years in catches. It was just amazing.
Well, he had almost 7,500 yards in 6 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean, in those 6 years, almost 7,500 yards, 672 catches, averaging 11 yards a catch, and let's see, 37 touchdowns.
Well, have you noticed around the NFL now over the past couple of years, it's popular to have a little white guy in the slot?
Yep.
It's because of him.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did
That's
start
right.
it.
He perfected it,
Yeah.
and then everyone else tried copying it, and I mean it. Yeah.
I mean, it's been fairly successful. I mean, not 110 to 125 catches a year successful, but there's been quite a few short white guys in the slot over the years that have been good for their teams.
Oh,
Cole
yeah.
Beasley did it for a living in
Yeah, Cole
Dallas.
Beasley did it in Dallas and went to Buffalo and did it.
Right.
I mean, probably the second best guy is Edelman.
Yeah,
I
Edelman
mean,
did it.
Edelman
for years,
took
too.
over.
Amendola was good.
Amendola did it
Yeah.
for years.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
He won the
Cooper
he
Kupp.
won the Triple Crown doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
We're forgetting some guys. What's the guy that was in Oakland?
Hunter Renfro.
Hunter
Hunter
Renfro.
Renfro.
It's wild he wasn't on a roster this year.
It is.
Yeah,
it's
He
nuts.
had a 1,000-yard season a couple years ago.
He had some weird off the field stuff going on. I think.
Oh, did he?
Oh, he did.
Maybe no, I think I'm thinking somebody else.
I don't know, but Hunter
I think it was just wild to me that he wasn't on a roster.
Yeah,
Someone,
Hunter
really
Renfro
good
had
slot
like
receiver.
multiple 100-catch seasons with Carr throwing the ball and the Raiders sucking.
Right.
well, you think the Raiders need receivers? I mean, they
Yeah,
just threw the
they-
ball to Brock
I
Bowers.
thought
I,
they
wa-
didn't
I
re-sign
wanted the
him.
Eagles to sign him to play. Like you have Brown and Smith on the
I wanted
outside, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'll
Yeah.
put Hunter Renfro in the slot.
Yeah.
I would have been
That'd
thrilled.
have been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have nothing but big play receivers. We could have used him.
Yeah.
I don't know why
What's
he
going
wasn't.
on there?
Yeah, maybe he does have some off-field stuff we didn't.
Yeah,
no,
I
I
don't
was
know.
thinking of Waller.
Oh, Darren Waller, he
Yeah.
retired.
Yeah.
He did kind of.
Yeah, he like divorced. What's her name? Plume.
Yeah.
That one
then
WNBA
he
player,
did
yeah.
some weird stuff, some kind of headline
Yeah.
thing, but that's who I was thinking of.
I still feel like we're forgetting a couple guys, but you get the picture.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, we got 3 straight unanimous there,
Okay.
and so we're back around to Ray.
All right.
Who you got for us there, sir?
He was drafted in the first round 25th overall in 1977 draft. He has 4 Pro Bowls. His nickname is Stanley Steamer.
Yeah.
I also have Stanley Steamer.
Yep.
Yep. Give me
Me
old
too.
Stanley.
Stanley Morgan.
You bet.
You got him, Alex?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
He looked.
You had
Puzzled
Alex.
for a
You had
minute.
Alex going in the first.
I did. You did.
13 years
He
in New
looked at me
England.
and you were like,
534 receptions for 10,352 yards. And almost 20 yards of reception. 67 touchdowns with let's see, what was it? 76 yard was his longest. Oh, he's got some rushing stats too. Holy crap. Wow, 6-yard average on rushing. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he had 21 attempts for 127 yards.
I'll be damned. But yeah, good old Stanley Steamer sucking up the dust.
By the way, this team might, as far as just plain receivers go, like we might have one of the shortest receiving corps in the history of football.
well, I was Patriots for you. They
Well,
always had short recruit.
I mean, one of them's gonna help make up for it, but still.
well, yeah, they're gonna have 2 giants and then a bunch of small guys.
But that's what they did.
Yeah.
That's literally how they won all these. That was their offense. They didn't pay any big time receivers. That is.
All right. Well, I guess we're around to me. Well, I guess I'm just gonna go with another very obvious place here, and none other than Randy Moss.
Yep.
Yep. I got Randy.
Faux show.
Ray.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Oh.
Ray, what's fucked, man?
You just ruined the perfect offense.
No, he ruined it without saying somebody else's name. I would have had that one.
Okay. Talking about Randy Moss, one of the, 2 or 3 greatest receivers of all time. He played 4 years in New England, his second longest stop. In those 4 years, he caught 400 and... Is that right? Am I looking at the right thing here? No, it's targets. Sorry, I was like, that seems way too many. 259 balls for 3,900 yards on 15 yards a catch and 50 touchdowns. In those 2 years, he led the league in touchdowns, or in those 4 years, he led the league in touchdowns twice, and also broke the record for most touchdowns, receiving touchdowns in a year with 23. Does that still stand?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has to.
And in that year alone, he was a Pro Bowler, first team All Pro, came in second Offensive Player of the Year, and second in Comeback Player of the Year. Which I don't remember what he was coming back from.
The strip club.
Just a bad year in Oakland, I guess.
Yeah.
Be the lowest of his career. So
Yeah. Oakland. That wasn't a good look.
No.
Yeah, he kind of mentally.
By the way, I do
broke
want
a little bit there.
to say, hope Randy Moss gets better. He did finally announce he officially does have cancer.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
So, awful news. So I hope, treatment or whatever works out well for him.
True that.
Yeah.
And, I think that's all I got with Randy Moss. I mean, we have a bunch of, 5'9" white guys running around out there, so I guess a 6'4" receiver might be helpful.
Yeah.
So, Drew, we're back to you, buddy.
Well, I'm not gonna add another 5'9" white guy to the list. I'm gonna add a 5'10" white guy to the list, and my
There
guy
you go.
Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
I got
There's the
Edelman.
guy.
You act like I messed up by putting Randy Moss on this team.
You did.
How?
Because you didn't say him first.
Anyways, old Edelman, he just fit in perfectly with the guys in New England. Just kind of when Welkler kind of went elsewhere, Edelman stepped in and did his role for him. Made big time catches, and he has that one catch against the Falcons, which is ridiculous. And he just has. They always do that trick play with him throwing the ball back to somebody all the time. I mean, he's just
Oh, yeah.
we're talking about a guy that was a quarterback in college at
Yeah.
Kent State.
Yeah. Yep, Kent State. I mean, he has almost 7,000 receiving yards, 36 touchdowns, 620 catches, 3 Super Bowls, Super Bowl MVP. He was just a typical Patriots receiver in that era. So
Yep, old Edelman. He was. I mean, he's also had a pretty cool after playing career here recently. He's on a lot of podcasts. He becomes on talk shows. He has plenty of Brady stories to tell. Like,
Oh yeah.
no, he wasn't gonna be like Gronk and falling to Tampa. He's just like, I'm fine with my time being over. I'll just go, and he knew he can make money outside of football.
mhm.
I mean, he won. He's got paid enough. He can just go live life now and relax.
Yeah.
And do these podcasts. I'm sure they're paying him enough to give him some extra cash and stuff.
I watched something with him last year. I think he also started a fitness company.
I'm sure, yeah.
All right. Well, Wade, I think we're back to you, buddy. You got another player here for us?
Yes. So make sure. I think this is my last guy. Yes. Okay. I had to double check, make sure where I was at there.
It should be
This
for
potentially
everybody.
could be my last guy as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I went with a running back. I threw one on there. I put Curtis Martin on.
Yeah.
I don't have Curtis
I
Martin.
don't
Oh
have
my
Curtis
goodness.
I don't have a running back.
No.
Well, like I usually say, if you have a Hall of Fame running back, I feel like in a 7-on-7 setting, just trying to get him the ball is be very beneficial to your team. Curtis Martin was a pretty solid receiving running back. He has almost 500 receptions for his career. He had like just under 120 receptions in like 3 years with New England. Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame running back and had decent hands. And thought he could add a dynamics that the team doesn't really have. They have three monster deep threats and a bunch of underneath guys, and Martin could kind of be something that could do something a little different out of the backfield and do screens or whatever and be a more physical runner of the ball. And yeah, so it'd be a good complement to the rest.
Cool.
Man, I had it in my head that Curtis Martin played longer than 3 years in New England.
He's with the Jets for the most part, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
8 years in with the Jets.
I never noticed until I really looked into him a while ago. He's not the most efficient runner. He was a big power guy. He just kind of pounded up the middle every time for at least a few yards, but he didn't really.
4.0 yards for his career.
Yeah.
Like, not super effective. Yeah, I mean, he hit the mark. If you're under 4, everybody's always like, yeah. But
Yeah. But some guys.
83 yards a game for his career.
It's pretty nice, really. He has, 14,000 rushing yards?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty gnarly.
he does. 14,000. 90
Glad
touchdowns.
someone had him with me.
Good.
All right, well, Uncle Doug, you got a guy left?
I do have another one. Well, we have Randy Moss on there from the Thundering Herd. So I went and got another Marshall guy. So we have another Thundering Herd. I went with Troy Brown.
I don't have Troy Brown.
I don't either.
He
What is going
played
on?
from 93 to 2007, all 15 years with New England, 557 receptions for 6,366 yards and 31 touchdowns. He also played defensive back for him for a couple of years, and they were hurting.
That's fair.
He did a little bit of everything for him. And has one Pro Bowl. I thought Troy would be pretty good. 3 Super Bowls. He was on 3 of their Super Bowl teams.
I would say he was like their big utility. Him and like Kevin Falk did a bunch of random crap for him in the
Yeah, a
first
little bit of
3
everything.
or first 3 Super Bowls.
So, Troy Brown.
I was a little taken back by that pick, Uncle Doug.
I'll just wait for mine.
You have another one?
Yeah.
I have another one, too,
I have another one too.
Okay.
We started
which
off.
I thought was like a shoe-in. So I don't all right,
All
whatever.
right.
Well, Ray, who do you got, buddy?
All right. Well, since I could care less about this fucktard of a team, I ran 2 running backs. And Wade already mentioned the one. Kevin Falk
Oh,
is my second pick.
And there's another guy that has like 20 kids.
Gosh.
I think he just said he had 8 kids when he graduated high school.
Oh wow. Okay.
dang.
Holy cow!
Good. Not.
So you want to hear his phenomenal stats?
I do.
I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see. 864 attempts for 3,607 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 13 years in New England.
So touchdown a year.
Yeah.
I remember him just being there year after year after year. He
Yeah.
was always there.
Part of their running back by committee. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The Patriot way.
Yeah.
Do your
By
job.
committee with the camera.
Yeah, there you go, Ray. All right. Well, I guess we're back around to me.
Bring us home, Alex.
I have Aaron Hernandez.
I do as well.
I don't know.
I thought about Aaron, but he was only there for 3 years, and
So was Curtis Martin.
I don't have Curtis Martin either.
I couldn't remember who had him or not. I knew Wade did. Can't remember if it was you or Ray. I just looked up there and saw 2.
Yeah, he had about 2,000 yards and 18 touchdowns in those 3 years. He also, had like, a whole
Charges.
bunch of bodies buried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, that's not what I drafted him for.
I hope not.
In reality, though, I know it's a weird pick because of his off the field issues, but
Right.
he was a super talented tight end, big bodied, who was athletic and would, like Gronk, would both block and go out and catch balls. So, and when they played together, they were a very big force to be reckoned with for that. I think just 1 year that they played together. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. Bob would not like this. Bob thinks Ben Coates is the second greatest
Oh.
tight end of all time behind
Ben
Gronk.
Coates was a good tight end.
He thinks
was.
Ben Coates is one of his favorite players behind him. Let's know Ben Coates
Ooh.
is like his second favorite player.
Coates was good.
He was very good. A lot of people don't know about Ben Coates.
Sorry, Bob.
I mean, the only reason I knew about him because Bob.
I remember him from when I was a kid.
He had a nice little stretch of 4 or 5 years. I thought about putting him on my team to honor Bob.
Yeah. Sorry, Bob. We don't care about this team as much as you do.
Bob
Yeah.
loves Ben Coates.
Coates has 5,500 yards and 50 touchdowns in 9 years.
There you go. That's yeah. Maybe he should have been on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big boy, 6'5", 245.
Yeah.
He's not Gronk, but he's still a big guy. All right, well, there's our 20 offensive players. Not really, but
1, 2, 3, 4.
Was it 10?
5.
Yeah.
so
We got 5 in.
Man.
So
we should have 6 in really quickly.
Oh, we talking about Mussy?
Yeah.
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 Ray, what are we doing here, man?
Well, I'm looking at my options here. Okay, don't rush me around. Let's see. Trying to think. Okay, I'll put him on Moss.
So Falk is out
And Moss is in.
and Moss is in. Yes.
Okay.
Now we only have one left, and then we've got some 2s.
One spot.
1 spot to go. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think my 1 should win.
Oh yeah.
I think old Troy's pretty good.
In like 15 years, he had like 5,000 yards.
Well,
6,300.
Oh, okay.
I think we should.
Almost 64.
Well, we could honor Bob and delete all of our guys. Just put Ben Coates on.
Yeah. We could.
We could.
I mean, he's a 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro.
No murder charges.
I mean, he was really good for a few years.
5-time Pro Bowler, 3. Well, that beats my guy. Mine's only had like 1 Pro Bowl.
I'm fine with that. I want another tight end. I wanted to build a team the Patriot way.
Coates was a ginormous, athletic, go up and
That's
get
fine.
it tight end.
I'm fine with
He was
that.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I'm cool with that.
All right, Bob. Little
Yeah,
shithead better
let's do
listen
it
to
for
this
Bob.
episode.
Hey, we better get an email, Bob. Email us.
That's right.
Or at least put a freaking like on the thing.
I know he's listened to at least a lot of our baseball and football episodes.
Cool. I like the very first veto pick.
How many episodes has Bob been on? Just a couple?
Yeah, it's 2-3 probably episodes.
Because he was on a Patriots episode early on. He did the NFL preview with us, or was it the Super Bowl preview?
He did Super Bowl
He did
preview.
Super Bowl
He
preview.
did something else with it, yeah.
We need to get back to those, by the way. We need to do more like season previews and.
We gotta
Yeah.
catch up on our episodes.
I know.
Yeah, we're
it's
trying to
like-
get caught back up here.
Yeah.
Some of those were kind of neat. He's done the Patriots.
Some with
What was the
Barry,
football
too.
He did the Barry Sanders episode, didn't he?
There you go.
Yeah. I remember we brought him on for Barry because he liked Barry.
Yeah, he did some Patriots one whenever we did.
Well,
some
we did. The Super Bowl
position.
preview was the Brady Bucks Super
Yeah.
Bowl, and so he talked about Brady a lot with us then.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
he came on for when we were talking. We would have talked about one of the big Patriots.
Did he talk to us about the Patriots?
Probably Patriots Mount
Mount
Rushmore.
Rushmore.
That must have been it then.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did that episode with us.
Could very well have been. We've had a fair amount of guests at this point. Like I know we've talked about a couple times of like having an episode where like all the guests appear again, like in
That'd
the
be a
same
lot.
episode. But at
It'd be a
this point,
lot.
it'd be getting big.
It's
That'd be
from
a lot of guys.
Well, might have Bob and Dalton. Drew would have Robert,
Brock, Cameron.
Cameron, and you'd have Schaller, Buddy, Mark,
Biggie.
Biggie. We're already at 9.
Are we missing anybody?
Did you say Tyler?
If we are at this point, they're pissed at us.
Yeah.
Did you say Tyler? I'm sorry.
Oh, Tyler.
Oh,
yeah.
Tyler.
David.
David. Yeah, we're at 11.
Yeah, we're at 11.
We're at 11.
11.
I forgot David came on and did basketball with us recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Cameron, Robert,
Dang, that's a lot.
Brock.
It is.
Did Uncle Aaron ever come for
Honestly, I
an
bet
episode?
David would
No,
do a lot
we
more
invited
basketball
Uncle
stuff with
Aaron,
us.
but I don't think he ever came.
Yeah, because remember he had something he had to go do or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to get Uncle D on an episode too. That hasn't worked
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, we brought on all the guests. There'd be 15, 16 people in this room.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd probably have to like either
Cycle them in.
cycle them in, or you'd have to like it'd have to be like split us into groups.
We would
and, like
each
you're over there with the mic, and you guys are
We
over
would
there with
sit
the
with
mic.
our
Yeah,
guests.
for real.
Yeah, like sit with our guests, and each group has a mic. Yeah.
And Dad still gets his mic.
Take Brock.
Okay, he
And,
had
there you
it.
go.
and then what's funny is the most talked about dude on this podcast who's never been on here is freaking Jimmy.
That's true. Yeah.
right.
Well,
You gotta
Jimmy
invite
can now
Jimmy.
because before Jimmy
Yeah, we
couldn't
had
come
Thayer
because of
this year.
theirs.
Yeah, he could come now.
Yeah, he
That's
can come
true.
now. Yeah.
Do we want that?
Oh, he's going to rip us up and down about the Browns.
Yeah, let's have him on like a Cavs or Guardians
Yeah.
episode.
Wear your Indians jersey.
By the
Alex.
way,
Yeah.
shout out to Jimmy because he's been under the weather and he's feeling better now.
Yeah,
True.
absolutely.
We're glad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, glad to hear it, Jimbo.
keep mending, Jimmy.
I think Jimmy would actually be
Like
a
an
pretty fun
eagle.
podcast guest. He gets
would,
pretty
yeah.
into his
Yeah,
sports
he'd
stuff.
have a good time with it.
He would. I think he would enjoy it, actually.
And he loves to give me shit about Price from the Cat because he always used to tell me, "Oh, Mark Price is better than Larry Bird."
What?
Oh yeah.
Was he under the weather when he told you that?
Oh,
I think he's
dude.
just trying to poke it.
Yeah, he was trying to
Oh.
like. But when I was a kid, he used to say that to me all the time. He used to piss me off, and I'd be like, "What the fuck are we talking about here?" And he'd start laughing.
Before LeBron, Mark Price was Cleveland though.
Yeah,
Mark Price
yeah.
was the man there for a generation of basketball.
Oh yeah.
Or was the Drew Nisagauskas came chugging along.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Big Z.
All
All right. Shall we move on to a defense?
Sure.
All right, Drew. Who you got, buddy?
I'm gonna start with old Ty Law.
Yeah.
Put him on
me
his
too.
main team. We put him on the Jets, but this is his main people. 10 years in New England. He had 36 interceptions. He was All-Pro twice. Defensive player. He came in third. Led the league in interceptions one year in New England with 9. He's probably their longest tenured star cornerback. I would say out of the ones we're probably going to talk about.
He was there for a
Here
little
or
while.
not. I mean, he was here for 10 years. Some of the other guys we're going to talk about are years since, maybe. But Tyler Hall was really good.
By the way, just so everybody is on the same page, that makes it so. Well, if Tyler makes it, then he did make it. So Tyler's done. He can't make any more teams.
Yeah, he's not going to be on
okay.
Denver or Kansas City,
Yeah, it'll be fine.
which I think 2 spots we put him on.
Yeah.
I think
not,
you're right. Yeah.
Not really notable for those two.
So
Tyler was good for quite a while, and he was the number 1 corner for a long time.
Much as I fucking hated him, he was one of the Peyton Manning killers. He was good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, old Tyler. Well, Wade, you got another all-time great corner for us.
You ready? Back-to-back episodes, baby. Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, me too.
yeah,
Me too.
I mean, you want a defensive player. of the
Yeah,
year.
he's one of only a handful of cornerbacks to ever win Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, how many people have done that?
Not very many. Because when he did it, we were trying to remember the last time someone did it.
Charles Woodson was the only other one I can think of recently.
Yeah,
Charles Woodson did it, and then Stephon. Revis never got it, did he?
no.
Did Champ Bailey ever get it?
I don't think Dion ever did either.
No. Ronnie Lott get one.
Yeah, Ronnie probably did, but he also played safety part of it.
Yeah.
Ronnie's probably our best bet. Didn't one of the Raiders guys get it back in the day?
I'm sure. Wearing Stickum.
Yeah, it was. I thought.
Oh, Dion did get one.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, 94 with
Okay.
the 49ers.
yeah,
I want to know if Ronnie got
like
one.
just corners is kind of hard to think about.
Mm-hmm.
We're at what 3?
Yeah.
Charles Woodson, Stephon Gilmore, and Dion.
Ronnie Lott does not have a defense player of the year.
That's nuts.
That is nuts.
A lot of people
Hold on,
consider
hold
him-
on. Did Rod Woodson win one?
Ooh, that's
Because he was the best corner in the league for a while in the 90s.
Rod Woodson had the defense player of the year right before Dion did it. They did it back-to-back years, 93, 94.
Okay, there you go.
okay.
We're
So
starting to come up
who-
with a few.
Who didn't have Gilmore?
Well, who do you think?
Okay,
Oh, right.
gotcha.
Well, Uncle Doug, do you have another great corner for us?
I do. Devin McCourty.
I do have that one. But nobody else does?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I do have Devin McCourty.
Yeah,
Yes,
I have.
yes. I was
Yes.
still looking up the last topic. There's
Yeah, I was looking at other. Yes,
there's
I have
6 of
Devin.
them. There's 6 corners that have done it.
Okay, so we just named both Woodsons and Dion and Gilmore, and there's 2 more.
Mel Blunt
Oh,
and Lester Hayes.
Oh, yeah, that's 3. Yeah.
Mr. Stickum.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yep.
Yep.
Mr. Stickum.
the
Lester
grass is literally
Hayes.
sticking
That's
to
it.
his hands.
So Stephon Gilmore is one of 6 corners
Yeah.
to ever do it. So
Okay.
anyway, sorry, Uncle Doug. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. McCourty's 2 Pro Bowls, 3-time Super Bowl champ, 35 interceptions, 11 forced fumbles, 7 fumble recoveries. He's even got 3 sacks. So, ran a couple of touchdowns, interceptions back for touchdowns, including one that was 84 yards. So, he was just another in the line of he started off at cornerback and switched over to free safety, and another one of those Patriot D-backs.
D-bags, yeah.
Oh,
I just always
right.
thought he was really, really just good, consistent player that always seemed to be in the right spot.
Mhm.
Yep.
He was one of those guys that I think Belichick always liked because, they said he always seemed to be in the right spot. He, he wasn't flashy or he had 10 picks this year or, 150 tackles or anything like that, but he was just always very, very solid. He did his job, I guess, to
Yep.
quote Bill Belichick, do your job.
Yeah.
All right, Ray, we're around to you, buddy.
All right. 16th overall in the 77 NFL draft. He played 13 years in New England. Let's see, 36 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 8 fumble recoveries, 2 sacks, and a safety. His name is Raymond Claiborne.
Yep, I have Raymond.
I have Raymond too.
So that's 3.
Sorry,
Okay.
I keep zoning out.
The other couch, nothing?
Nothing?
Nope.
Do not.
Roger that. Oh, and he's also, did I say 3-time Pro Bowler? He's a 3-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he is a 3-time Pro Bowler. Yep. And, he came in 13th in Defensive Player of the Year once.
Cool.
That's the only other thing on here.
Well, better not getting voted at all.
Sure. Yep. All right, well, I guess we're around to me. I'm gonna go with one of the obvious guys left here, and I'm gonna go with Darrelle Revis.
Yep, I got him.
Yep. You need Revis.
Revis Island.
Revis Island.
He's one of the guys that makes this unfair.
The only question I had about Revis being on this team was the shortness of it. But he was the best corner in the league for like a decade. So
He was first team All Pro that year.
and he was first team All Pro, Pro Bowler. Didn't he? Didn't they win the Super Bowl with him?
I think so.
Yeah, that's one of the years.
You know the shittiest part? Ty Law is a Hall of Fame defensive back, and Ty Law is just a slightly shittier version of Darrelle Revis.
Yeah.
They're almost the same player. Revis is just better,
Yeah.
and Ty Law is.
And Revis is
really
one of
good.
those corners that like he has no picks, really. I mean, like he has 29, but like he went like entire seasons where like 4 balls were thrown to his side of the field.
Yeah.
Like nobody threw at Darrelle Revis for years.
Revis Island was a real thing.
Wade and I have talked about this.
Yes.
It's
And that also, if he gets in, would end Darrelle Revis's
well, again,
reign.
I'm not putting him on Tampa or was it Kansas City? Is that his other stop?
Tampa and Kansas City.
These would be the 2 places where he's does his most damage.
Yeah. So yeah, Darrelle Revis. And Drew, we're back around to you, buddy.
I have Asante Samuel.
So do
I
I.
do too.
Me too.
He was with Patriots for 5 years. He had 22 picks, 3 pick sixes. This is the first group of Super Bowls. He was the other cornerback with Ty Law for some of them. So I figured I'd put those running makes together. Because you kind of have the one and dones and kind of the solo autos not there as long in the newer one, but the older one, they were kind of there a little bit longer. They're more tenured with Patriots, so I figured I'd put them on here together. So, and he was really good. So I put old Samuel on here. So
Sunday Samuel again was a beast for a while. Yeah. Who didn't have Samuel? Was it you, Ray?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Wade, you got another player for us there, sir?
I have Mike Haynes.
I do as well.
yep, I do too.
Me too.
I mean, he's a Hall of Fame corner. Another one. He was an amazing corner back in the day in the 70s and 80s with New England for the first part of his career, and then he went on and have more success with the Raiders and ended up forming one of the greatest duos of all time with the Raiders. But with New England, he was absolutely amazing, and a large part of his prime was actually in New England. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year as with 8 interceptions in 14 games, which is a good way to start your career. He's a 9-time Pro Bowler, has 2, I think, first-team All-Pros, and then a handful of second team.
7-team All Pros. 6. Yeah.
So it's 8 All-Pros and 9 Pro Bowls. I mean, he's just one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time, and he spent half his career in New England. Yeah, that's 40.
He had 8 picks his rookie year.
I know. It's the start of his career is nuts. 8, 5, 6, and you can tell people quit throwing at him.
Yeah.
8, 5, 6, and 3, 1, 1, 4, 1. Then he had a 6 and a 4, and then 2, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's like he switched teams and guys like, oh, we'll try this again. Oh
Yeah.
no, we're
And he
good.
got him. He got him. Well, because when he went to the Raiders, he teamed up with was it Jack Tatum, the other Hall of Fame corner for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think so. Tatum played safety.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought
Okay.
Tatum was a safety,
Tatum
but
was-
Oh, it was the
Safety.
guy we just talked about.
Lester Hayes.
Lester
Hayes.
Hayes.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was Lester Hayes and Mike.
Yeah, Jack Tatum is free safety.
Yeah. So it was the other guy and this guy formed. And well, was Jack Tatum there with him? So they have 2 Hall of Fame corners and a Hall of Fame safety at the same time.
I think Tatum was probably a little before Lester Hayes. They might have overlapped.
Okay.
let's just look here.
I'll say Tatum was a little farther back, I think.
Mike Haynes gets there in '83.
All right, so I just clicked on his second year with the Raiders. Mike Hayes is Lester Hayes is there. Yeah, I gotta go down to this next page. Yeah, I don't see Tatum.
That would have been nasty. Imagine all 3 of those on one team. Dear God.
Yeah, that would have been awful to try and deal with.
Yeah. But yeah, I was hoping everybody had him. You know, sometimes older guys sometimes get forgotten about.
Alrighty.
All right, this is really random. I clicked on the first year he went to the Raiders. I was just messing around. And Marcus Allen in '83 threw 7 passes and had 3 passing touchdowns.
That's
He was 4 for 7 on the year with 3 passing touchdowns,
Jeez.
while running for 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. And sorry, I threw us way off track, but I just didn't know Marcus Allen was popping in touchdowns like that, throwing the ball.
well, he also ran for 9, so he was.
And he had a
He
bunch of
was-
receiving yards that year too.
Oh yeah, Marcus Allen was.
He had like almost 600
Really
receiving
good.
yards or something like that. He was very good.
I mean, let's be honest. Al Davis screwed his career up.
Oh, he did. He screwed him bad. That was a bad deal.
Indeed. All right, I think we're at you, Uncle Doug.
Yep. That's my last one, by the way. Fred Marion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got Fred Marion.
So he played 10 years, all in New England. 29 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 83 yards. 13 fumble recoveries, 1 Pro Bowl. Just another solid D-back.
There's enough of them to go around, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've got a bunch. Mostly at free safety. 6'2", 192. So
Fair enough. And Ray,
Okay.
you got another guy there. How many you got left, Ray?
I got 3 total.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so I say I'm done.
They're going to be
Well, why don't you go 2 here then?
Okay, I can do that. First one up here, he was drafted in 59. One-time Pro Bowler, one-time All-Pro. He played on the Boston Patriots for 7 years with 29 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 3.5 sacks. And that's Ron Hall.
Ron Hall. Huh?
Okay. Okay, second pick. Bring his shit up. Okay. He was drafted in 1980. All 11 years with the Patriots. 29 interceptions. 9 fumble recoveries. 5 sacks. And 1 safety. And that is Roland James.
Yeah, I looked at Roland James. I remember him.
Roland James, huh?
Yep. Kept rolling.
Roland James Custom Jewelers.
Yeah. Give you that topaz and that quartz. And maybe some jade.
Well,
Alex, you got one left?
I do.
Really?
I thought another one that was obvious, but apparently I was wrong.
Okay.
I have Akeem Talib.
Talib.
I'm it. I'm by myself with Akeem Talib.
What?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Drew, you got one left?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And you didn't have Talib?
No.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus.
We'll have another nice discussion at the end.
Well, yeah, Akeem Talib. He was a really good corner. Shutdown guy.
Yeah.
A really good corner.
He
So good.
played a whole bunch of places, including Uncle Doug's Rams.
Yeah.
I think he won a Super Bowl with you guys, didn't he? Was he there when you guys won the Super Bowl?
I think he was on the Denver one.
Oh,
he was on the
yeah,
Denver
yeah.
one.
He was
Yeah.
in Denver because it was him and Chris Harris Jr.
Yeah, I remember that.
because they were leading that defense.
Oh,
Von
that was,
Miller
yeah,
and
the Peyton Super Bowl
Yeah.
at Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
was
was-
not
yeah.
old enough to want it that
Marcus
way.
Ware was
yeah.
there. And
yeah,
That defense
that good
was
defense
legit,
because he had him and Chris Harris Jr.
he had a big safety, too.
Yeah, and then what? That was DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller.
That had Derek Wolfe on the line. And Trevathan in the middle. And
Yeah, that's a good defense.
It was.
You know, this is just really random, but I'm really into Meat Eater. It's like a hunting and cooking show, and they have a podcast, and I listen to it every week. And a couple months ago, Derek Wolfe was on it because he's like a big time hunter, I guess. So I got to listen to him talk for a couple hours.
He was a pretty good lineman for a few years.
It was.
He was a big part of the Denver defense.
All right. Well, I'm done.
Do they smoke meats?
So I do all sorts of things.
All
Yeah.
kinds of different ways of.
Like I have 3 recipe books from them
Okay,
on how to different ways to cook game meat.
cool.
All right, guys, where do you want to start on this?
I still have.
Hold
every-
on.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
sorry.
I still got somebody.
on.
All right, who you got?
Ray, are you done?
No,
Oh,
Jeez.
Jesus, okay.
I know.
Well,
Pretty sad.
I'm with another recent guy. It's a safety. I went with old Patrick Chung.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I remember
good,
Chung.
Yeah.
He was one of the safeties I remember playing in the newer Patriot era. He played 10 years in New England. He split it up. We went to Philly for a year for some reason, and then he went back to New England. Don't know why. He only had 11 interceptions. He was more of a strong safety. I just remember him being one of the DBs that was always there, kind of there throughout all of them more. So, and I know he's more of like a strong safety, but I thought with like all the corners and stuff I have, you just have a strong safety lurking around. We get the receivers on edge even more for the cornerbacks to stay on them.
Oh, and somebody to deal with tight ends.
That too. I don't know. It's kind of what I thought with Chung. He's another one. Whatever Belichick said is what he did. So, he wasn't afraid to hit you. So that's why I went with old Chung.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah. By the way, that 1 year in Philadelphia, he fucking sucked ass. That's why he left again. Because we cut his ass. 'Cause he sucked. Yeah. Anyway, And Ray, you still got somebody, right?
Yep. He was with the Patriots for, let's see, 5 years, 2 different stints. One-time Pro Bowler. He won a Super Bowl championship. 25 interceptions. 1 for a touchdown. 1 forced fumble. 3 fumble recoveries. 151 solo tackles. His name is J.C. Jackson.
I remember.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, he was. Okay. Then he just kind of fell off the map.
Yeah, he ain't played in 2 years.
You know, somebody that I really thought about putting on here that nobody put on, so I guess maybe I made the right move, but was the Gonzalez kid that's there now.
Yeah,
He's good.
He's really good.
he just only played like really one
I
season.
kind of forgot about J.C. Jackson, right? But he's good. Yeah.
Did he try and go to the Chargers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was one of those guys they gave a big contract to.
Yep.
But didn't, like right around the same time they traded for
Cleo Mack.
Cleo Mack, and they signed Bosa to that big extension, and
I remember now.
yeah, it was all at the same
Yeah, I
time.
mean, he had back-to-back years of 9-8 interceptions and then 0. He's just
He
disappeared
was out
off.
of the league pretty quick after the Chargers,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
2 years with the Chargers, and went back to New England for 1 year, and he was done.
Wow.
6-year career.
He just disappeared. It's wild.
All right. Y'all ready for me to clean this up real fast?
Sure.
All right. Ron Hall to Gilmore.
Sweet.
All right, Gilmore's in. So we got 3 in.
Rolades is going to Revis.
Does that put
Uh,
Revis in?
No,
yeah.
because I don't have Revis.
Oh, you don't have Revis?
No.
Oh. Okay, well, there's 4. Take Jackson off.
You take J.C. Jackson off?
Yeah. I'll go to Samuel.
So Samuel's in.
And that's all I can do.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 in now,
4 in,
and we got 2 4s.
2 possibles.
Haynes and Revis.
1 licking the window, 1 at the bus stop.
So Uncle Doug doesn't have Revis,
Right.
and is it me that doesn't have Haynes? I can't remember now. I got
And where's Claiborne's 3? He's Raymond up there. Okay.
I don't have Haynes.
no, I have Haynes. I don't have Claiborne. That's who I don't have. Yeah.
Ray, I'll come off of Chung and go to Raymond.
Cool.
Are you the only one without Raymond, Alex?
Yep. And I got that lone 1 up there.
Well, does anyone else have any interest in Talib?
No,
Guess
at
not.
this point.
I don't understand.
Bueller. Bueller.
Talib was a monster. I don't have a problem with Talib. I'm just
My only problem with Talib and Revis is 1 year.
That's Talib got 2, but yeah,
they were
point still
mercenaries.
stands.
Yeah. I mean,
Revis first team All Pro though, Duh.
Talib only played like 18 or 19 games with the Patriots,
Yeah.
and Revis less than that.
About 18 if you count the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true.
Revis. I think the difference with Revis and kind of what Drew said, is Revis was the best corner in the league for that.
They
one
literally
year.
got him for a year and then he went back to New York.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Talib was really good, but he wasn't on Revis's level.
He wasn't like he was in Denver and at the end with the Rams
Yeah,
quite
Revis,
yet.
Revis went to
He was the
get
Jets.
the Super Bowl.
Yes. And then he went right back to the Jets. And, he was All Pro for another year.
I
Yeah,
ended up going with Raymond over Talib.
I can come off Talib and go to, was it Claiborne?
Raymond Claiborne.
Yeah, Raymond.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So Claiborne's in.
I mean,
So
two
Mary.
4s and a 2.
Well, I can come off Marion and go to Revis.
He
Alright.
gets his 6 in.
I still don't like 1 year, but he was pretty special.
Looks good to me.
So we need
No, we're good.
Made a Haynes vote.
Yeah, I know. I was the other Marion.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
Okay.
Haynes is in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He just deleted Marion and didn't put the other votes on,
Gotcha.
but it'll add up.
Because the
fine.
Patriots aren't that important.
So
But
that makes the
that's pretty tough secondary.
That
It
secondary is insane.
They have 1, 2, 3, 5 number one corners. 5, 4, at least 4. 4 lockdown, maybe 5. And then what?
Jeez.
They have 4 like
All time, like
all-time, like yeah,
they'll go guard your number one.
yes. And then there's another guy or two that are just pretty damn close. Like Asante Samuel wasn't Darrelle Revis, but he was pretty damn good.
Sunday Samuel was a beast.
He was very good.
Oh yeah.
Like, and he's one of like him and Raymond are probably the lesser ones up there, and McCourty. All the other 4 are insane.
We're just saying you have Ty Law and Darrell Revis on opposite sides of the field is wild. And then you have the other guys lined up in the slot waiting. It's crazy.
I mean, Haynes is an 8-time All-Pro. I mean,
Wild.
like, it's just nuts.
We named what? 6 guys ahead of him?
Yeah, like Gilmore's the Defensive Player of the Year winner. Like, it's I don't know.
The only thing we really don't have is like, I guess maybe you might be able to abuse this team with like a big tight end.
The team that's going to do it is their offense.
Well,
That's the
that
problem.
That also may be true.
Yeah, the only thing would be like Ty Law and Revis were very good with big physical people.
Yeah, Revis was super physical as a corner.
I mean, yeah, who did I say? Did I say Revis and Law?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were both they specialize in kind of physicality.
Because even their safety in McCourty is small.
Because Revis
So-
had
Yeah.
during that streak that Drew always talks about, where he shut down all those receivers.
Oh, he should
It
have.
was like Brandon Marshall, Andre Johnson, Calvin Johnson. They're always
Mm-hmm.
6'4", 6'5", big. Calvin Johnson is a freak of nature.
Oh yeah, he is.
Chad
but
Johnson.
it would be
it's-
it would
was
be it
big.
would be a lot to ask Darrelle Revis to go guard Gronk.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not a knock on Revis. It's just like I'm going to box you out and I'm going to go
With-
up after this ball.
With Gronk, you'd want someone long that can
Yeah.
go up and contest the high point with him. That'd probably be your best bet because Gronk's gonna push whoever you out of the way that you
Yeah.
try and out physical him.
All right. Well, our 7-on-7 Patriots are Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Wes Welker, Randy Moss,
Yeah.
Julian Edelman, Ben Coates, and some guy named Morgan.
Yeah.
Stanley.
Stanley Morgan. And then on defense, it is Ty Law, Stephon Gilmore, Devin McCourty, Raymond Claiborne, Darrelle Revis, Asante Samuel, and what's Haynes' first name? Mike Haynes.
Mike Haynes.
Yeah. So I'd say a very, very, very good team.
Yeah.
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 Got to give it up to old Bill. He knew how to coach a defense, cheat on some games, and currently pick up women.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's very fair.
I'm so
All right.
funny.
Well, that will lead us into MVP discussion. And I know your mind immediately went to Tom Brady, but we're not going to talk about him.
Yeah, fuck Brady.
Because the Patriots have 2 MVPs that are not named Tom Brady. I didn't know that before today. So, hey, me too.
Yeah, shout out to the host who didn't know about that.
That's right.
We are really throwing shade this episode.
And but none other than Gino Cappelletti in 1964. This is another episode where we're gonna have to talk about dual MVPs because this is when we still had 2 leagues. But Gino Cappelletti was a wide receiver for the Boston Patriots. He caught 49 balls for 865 yards and 7 touchdowns. He also had 1 rushing attempt for 7 yards. But I do want to point this out that Lance Allworth came in second, and he caught 61 balls for 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. So he beat him in all 3 categories fairly handily. And then a little farther down, in 5th place, you have Charlie Hennigan, a wide receiver from the Houston Oilers, who caught 101 balls for 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns. He again beat him in all 3 categories, doubling him in catches, almost doubling him in yards, and squeaking him out in touchdowns. Even some guy named Albert Dumanon caught 42 balls for 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. So, just from my personal opinion, I don't know how in the hell this guy won his own league's MVP. And I haven't even talked about the other league yet.
Yeah, I do not understand.
Like,
Yeah,
what
this
the hell?
makes no sense.
Not even close.
The Patriots were 10-3-1 that year and came in second in their division. So it's not like they went undefeated or something. And he was the best player on the team. Lance Allworth and his Chargers went 8-5-1. But they didn't win their division 8-5. And this Charlie Hennigan character went 4-10. So I'm gonna guess that's why he didn't win the MVP, because the Oilers went 4-10. That's kind of ugly, 4-10. And then the Buffalo Bills went 12-2 actually, and won the Patriots division. But then you have to go to the other league and their MVP, which is none other than Johnny Unitas, obviously for the Colts. He won his MVP in a landslide, unlike Capoletti, who won a very close vote. But Unitas threw for 2,800 yards and 19 touchdowns and 6 picks, and ran for 162 yards and 2 more touchdowns. I know what you're thinking. That's not a lot, but we're also talking about 1964, not 2024. So that's probably why.
Yeah, well, when we have a bunch of wide receivers battling it out for MVP, I mean, it's got to be ancient.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen 4 receivers be in the top 5 in MVP votes.
The AFL was just wide open. That was their whole claim to fame, was just wide open offense and trying to attract viewers and fans.
But I have to talk about something very important right here that needs to be brought up. We should probably call Robert, because he needs to know about this as well. But also in the MVP discussion this year was none other than Johnny Morris of the Chicago Bears, who I was laughed at and mocked for putting on the Bears 7-on-7 team, even though he's their all-time leading receiver. He's getting MVP votes this year, catching 93 balls for 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns.
Alex forgets to put the part out where he forgot him on this MVP until I pointed out that his boy Johnny was on here.
Right, I didn't look down that far on the list. You're correct.
He was only 4th.
Yeah. I saw Johnny Unitas. I saw Jim Brown. I quit looking. But the point is Johnny Morris was a beast, and he deserved my recognition. And Drew, the so-called Bears fan, who didn't know who he was and didn't know he was the all-time leader in receiving yards, and that he received MVP votes and had a beast of a season here, I think I'm owed an apology.
Wrong. I just beat the Packers for you to help with you get a better win, because they're the weakest team in the playoffs.
Oh,
You think so?
So you were.
Oh, yeah.
In the
So
whole
you
playoffs,
personally beat the
Yeah.
Packers?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, we did. I'm a McCaskey. Did you not know that?
Oh my God.
My girl, Virginia. She just had a
My
birthday.
girl, Virginia.
102. People forget. No, yeah. I do think the Packers are the weakest team. Jordan Love is not good without Christian Watson. I think Jordan Love's a fraud. Malik Willis proved that he can come in and do just as good, if not better. That defense always finds a way to screw it up when it comes time. And you guys played the first time. I think the Packers' offense has stepped back because they're all not healthy now. Your offense is still all together. If Hurts plays, I don't know, is he going to play?
I still know it's still in concussion protocol.
But I think your offense is more healthy than theirs is, and it was a shootout the first time you guys played.
It was.
So I think your defense has gotten better over the year, and theirs, I don't know. Jair's not playing, so that hurts.
Jair is really good.
Yeah, do we
Yeah.
know? Do we know if Jordan Love's gonna play?
I don't know if we know yet.
He got hurt last
Well,
week. I don't know.
Willis also got hurt towards the end of the game too, so they both got hurt. So,
I think the teams that could give them competition would be the Steelers and Texans. The Texans are decimated with injuries.
I think Chargers are going to beat them first round.
And the Steelers have lost 4 in a row.
Steelers have lost 4 in a row, and Russell Wilson looks like a shell of the guy he was earlier in the season.
George Pickens quit last week.
He dropped 4 balls last week.
Four
Dropped
passes.
in one game.
It's not
Yeah.
good, George.
Yeah, he's struggling.
And a couple of them, he was wide open. Like, it
Without-
wasn't like he was like
Yeah.
big contested catches.
Well, without him, the next best passing option is Freiermuth or whatever.
Fryermuth, Van Jefferson.
Like
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's not going to make those guys better at this point in his career. Like he's
Yeah.
without Pickens, it's run the ball. Where have we got on this topic?
I said the Packers
We're the worst team in the playoffs.
on the NFC side.
Oh, gotcha.
That's possible.
Yeah, never know.
Well, I think until they lost to the Bears, their losses were Lions twice, Vikings twice, and Eagles. So the only time they played good opponents, they lost. Then they lost to the Bears at home.
By the way, I saw a statistic. It was like 2 weeks ago, so like it didn't include, like I think it didn't include the last 2 weeks of the regular season. But it said your division was like 36 and I don't remember what it was. It was some giant number in 2 against every division but their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, our division ended up winning 45 games as a whole. It's got to be up there
But
with.
my question was, oh, sorry, Drew, I didn't mean to step on your foot.
You're good.
So one of those losses is the Eagles to the Packers.
Yeah.
But that means the Bears lost 12 games and only lost 1 game to a team out of their division. That doesn't make any sense.
You know, I know the Bears
We
beat
lost-
us. They beat the Rams.
We beat the Rams, we beat the Panthers, beat the
That's back when
Jaguars.
we were way hurt.
It's a weird stat because we lost.
You all lost to us, didn't
I
you?
said we lost to you. We lost to the Texans. We lost to the Commanders. Lost to the Patriots. I mean, we lost 12 games.
Yeah. I was gonna say at the most 6 of them could be in your division.
Only
Right.
five. 5 of them were in the division. So the other 7 were.
Yeah.
So as a division, were yeah.
Well, it's just kind of wild that you all like. There's a 14 game winner that's a wild card. That's pretty nuts.
Oh,
It was the first time ever we had regular season teams with 14 wins.
The Vikings
playing
won
each-
14 fucking games and they're a wild card.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, but 2 teams in our division go 14-3,
That's crazy.
and third place went 11-6.
Yeah.
By the way, like, do you have to believe in Sam Darnold at this point?
He didn't look good Sunday night. That was bad.
I think he's
I
at
didn't
least.
watch it.
It was ugly.
Yeah, he got tore up.
And they're going back to LA where their ghosts were last time they played them.
So we'll see.
That was the last game they lost, I think, before they lost to the Lions. So
I think he's at least proven this year that he's not a complete bust.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
No, he's got. I mean, always thought he had talent. Just needed some help.
I always thought his first year or two with the Jets, he had flashes where he looked good
He did.
with almost no talent around him.
Yeah.
And then he just kept getting the shit kicked out of him. I mean, went to the
Well,
Panthers
the Jets
after
are
that.
just a mess.
They are. They're dysfunctional.
if they hire Rex Ryan,
Oh, jeez.
Who did?
It'll at least be entertaining.
he's interviewing for the Jets job.
and Rex
Oh,
Ryan.
Rex is again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say what you will about Rex Ryan.
He thinks
though.
he's gonna get it too.
He'll get that defense turned around.
Yeah, he will.
Oh, he was a beast of a defensive coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking on ESPN one time, and he's like, no matter what, he's like, most defensive coordinators, he's like, if you're really, really good, he's like, no matter what you do, I can stop your run game. He's like, I can stop it whenever I want it. He's like, it's all about just figuring out like the timing of the pass plays and the play action and all that stuff. But he's a defensive expert.
Oh, he
yeah.
is.
Well, if
Yeah.
you're a guy like Rex Ryan, especially in today's NFL, you have to be tied to an offensive coordinator because you can't be like, oh, we're going to run the ball 40 times today, and
Yeah.
in today's NFL, it's just not isn't built like that.
It'd be wild though, because the Jets are already extremely, extremely dysfunctional, and
Yeah.
Rex Ryan. I think Rex Ryan is hilarious. I
He
love
is.
Rex Ryan.
That would be hilarious if he wears those sweater vests again too. If he
Yeah.
brings it back.
Hell
He's so
yeah, he
cool.
better.
But with his personality, with that franchise, with the way they are right now, it would just
Oh,
be.
my.
It'd be. Yeah.
Well, and not only
Headline
that,
central.
but they're losing their owner for the next 4 years.
Or Woody or whatever.
Yeah, because he got Trump named him to some position.
Oh.
So he's since he's working for the government, he can't own the Jets. So he has to turn ownership of the Jets over to his brother for 4 years.
That might be good for the Jets, though, because Woody hadn't been a great owner.
Maybe, but I'm just saying, like, it's just another thing that's up in the air. You don't know what's
Right.
going
Didn't
on.
didn't he have to leave for? He worked on another campaign, didn't he?
It was Trump's last one.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
4 on, 4 off, 4 on. Now we're doing 4 off again.
Yeah,
It's a great ownership. My bad.
Yeah. Anyway, we should probably get back to our MVP discussion. Does anybody have any strong feelings about who should be this MVP?
To be honest with you, I'm leaning toward Bambi, Lance Allworth.
Bambi.
Yeah.
Let me see the other.
12 games. He had 3 rushing attempts for 60 yards, 20 yards a rush, 61 catches for 1,235 yards, which is going to be 20 yards a catch, and 13 TDs, and 2 rushing TDs. So 15 total TDs, and averaging 20 yards every time he touches the ball.
He is nasty.
I'm going with my boy Charlie.
He's good too.
Give me some baby blue Oilers action.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Lance Allworth's passing skills, but he has negative 11 passing yards.
Yeah, that was the one time he was bad. That one pass.
What the?
He completed it, but
I think I go with Allworth. I think having a weapon like that back then was so huge. I mean, 1,200 yards in 12 games back then, that's insane. I think I'll go with Bambi.
and they were 8-5-1. So
Yeah.
I mean, my vote
Weren't
is for
terrible.
Johnny Morris. I think he is the obvious MVP here. He needs that sort of love.
So, what was Morris's numbers again?
Oh, he had 93 catches for 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. In 14 games. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just saying. Where's Robert when I need him, man?
College.
Nah, he's still at home.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't go back till next Monday.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we-
still out.
Yeah. We don't go back till 13th.
Bunch of bums.
I'll be out by May 4th, too.
Oh, good.
College is nice.
Well, may the 4th be with you.
yeah, that's right.
I hope so.
That's a good day to get out. May the 4th.
Ray, you got any feelings on this MVP?
Not really. I mean, Allworth looks like the most efficient one in the board here. 61 for 1,200. 13 TDs. I mean, they're all pretty close, but I don't know why Capoletti won it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't figure out why Capoletti won.
Maybe they felt bad for the Patriots and thought they would never win. Little do they know what was going to happen half a century later.
All started
Right.
with the Tea Party, and now look where they're at.
Wade, you got any strong feelings on this?
Not really.
My strongest feeling is that Capoletti is not the MVP.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure who is the MVP,
But he's not.
but he's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's just not him.
All right. Well, we have all decided he should lose his MVP. We've kind of danced all over Allworth and Morris and stuff, but it's not Capoletti. We took his MVP.
Yeah.
Ray said he'll knock on his door later and ask for it back.
I don't think that's what I should be doing. Because he's probably not there anymore.
Yeah, he died in 2022,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So we'll have to look for his widow or his son or something.
Yeah, I think we better quit. We're going down the wrong road here.
Someone's gonna, like listen to this and take it serious or something.
All right. Well, we appreciate you tuning in for this New England Patriots episode. And we would appreciate you tuning in next week for our Philadelphia Eagles episode. Fly, Eagles, fly. And thanks for tuning in to Sports the NEMO Way.